Um, Pep Talk UK, Pro Beez,
Big Beez.
stay home. You heard that?
Trust me, stay home.
And re-emphasize the messages. Hey, Grime sensation, top musician, Jaykae. How you doing, bro?
I'm alright, you know. Just chilling, fam.
Bro, I'm trying to uplift the vibe, man. I'm trying to get you hyped, man. We're at home, but you know.
I know. It's morning, man. It's morning. Yeah, man, we're fresh, man.
Do you know what? It's crazy because I remember I saw you last year in Birmingham with Dillian Whyte at the gym in Birmingham, the UFC gym, right? The
Renegade,
MMA.
yeah. Renegade, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It kind of re-emphasizes the fact that our freedom in terms of how we were moving about back then, just linking up, catching up. We did a bit of a video, we had a bit of joke.
How easy it was, fam. Now, literally, bro, I haven't seen my friends in over 3 weeks, fam. You know what? I ain't seen a lot of my family in over 3 weeks. I ain't socialised. I ain't gone to studio. I ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? That UFC show was going to keep me going, I think. But then that got locked off and I was just like, oh, this is all done with now. You get me? Like, yo, there's no hope. You get me? You're not going to see nothing. Going to have to hold it out and wait, fam. We're lucky to just be healthy. You get me? So I just got to hold this out for a little bit, fam. And then it's all going to get back to how it was, bro. And hopefully we'll appreciate life a lot more, man. Like little things, man. Just going shop, man. Like going shop. I got to go masked up and gloved up, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, that's not how we should be living, bro. You get me? And I can't wait to just go to the shop and firms my brethren, you know what I'm saying? And you get me? Like, it's all mad right now.
I can't even wait to roll through Perry Bar, man, and Lizelle's and then go Russell's, man. In Perry
You're
Bar,
Russell's,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
yeah? You're Russell's, man.
I know the thing, man.
Have you been Mellows?
Nah, not yet, man. I know more Russell's. Back in the day, I used to go to Dutch Pot in Perry Bar.
Yeah. Russell's is fire though. I can't lie. Russell's is nice, man. It's close to Bing's as well, don't it?
Yeah. I heard Bing's is the shit.
Bing's is the thing still. I'm not sure if he's open now. He's always like open and that.
Oh, it's open. Do you know what? I filmed in Russell's with Shaq and Pitters and Dean White probably about 6 weeks ago or so.
They got a breakfast spot. I think it's breakfast now or something like that. Someone told something like that. I'm not sure. Oh God,
bro, do you you mentioned Dana White and the Private Island UFC. I know you're a big UFC fan. Obviously, it didn't go ahead, probably because there's too many concerns about how it's gonna come together.
Like, how would they do it, bro? How could you do something like that? Like, is it like the referees in the way? Like, there's gonna need judges, they're gonna need announcement, they're gonna need a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So how can you put all them people in one vicinity at a time like this? It doesn't make sense. It's quite selfish of us as fans as well. You get me? To even like, I wanted to see that. I wanted to see Khabib versus Ferguson for years, bro. You know what I'm saying? For years now. You get me? Like that's the boogeyman fight for me, bro. Like I can't wait to ever see that fight. But I think it's the 5th time now it's cancelled. It doesn't look like it's going to be happening. You get me? And then I think they got Justin Gaethje to come in as a replacement, and a couple of days after that is when it all fell through. So yeah, it's just one of them. But I seen something else today. That they've announced May the 11th or something like that. They're gonna do a show. So I don't know, man.
Wow, that's not far away, man.
Nah, I don't know, bro. I don't know if that will go through though. You get me? I don't know.
To be honest, I see Eddie Hearn talked about the fact that even if a show was to go ahead, you're taking away, you know, the key workers, you know, the doctors, the nurses, away from potentially where they're most needed. Yeah, Eddie Hearn was saying that morally would it make sense because the doctors and the people that you'd need on a night to help with the event, they'd be taken away from something that's more important, helping people out.
Yeah, it doesn't even. Yeah, even the Dillian Whyte Povetkin show, I'm not 100% sure I can see that going through as soon as they've got it announced either.
That would have been a hell of a fight. That would have been a hell of a fight.
I last time I seen Dean, I says, "Yo, is Dill ready for Povetkin?" And like, I know Povetkin's not a joke. Like, I thought he even beat that Michael Hunter in the last fight.
Oh, you thought he beat him?
Can you still hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you.
I thought he won that fight, you know. I thought he won that fight, bro. No gas. I'm a Povetkin fan, though. You get me? Like, I seen him knock out Price ringside. I was like, yo, bro. Like, that's one of the most evilest things I've ever seen in my life, fam. You get me? Like, Povetkin, I do rate him. He's getting old now. He's seasoned, bro. You get me? Like, I want to see Povetkin versus Chisora, to be honest. That's what I would love to see, bro.
But
That's
you
a fight
mentioned
I'd love to see.
you mentioned Povetkin. You thought he beat Price, right? Okay, he knocked out Price. Sorry. Prior to that, if you remember, Price had him. He buzzed.
But he didn't attack. He got him. He went into the corner, but he didn't go He waited, and then you get me, bro. Like he let him recover in the time. Like that split second that Price had with Povetkin in the corner, he could have finished him. He could have ran in and bombarded him, fam. But he didn't, fam. Like Price just laid back. You get me, fam. Like it wasn't. He didn't attack when he needed to attack, bro. You get me? He hurt you, man. He had him in the corner, wobbled, fam. And he could have pounced on him, bro. But he never let the ref get in the way.
But you mentioned Povetkin versus White. For me, Dillian Whyte at the moment is a different animal. He's of a different breed, right?
I love Dillian, but who did he fight last, bro? He didn't look the greatest in that fight.
Oh, Marius Wack in Saudi.
It was horrible. That fight was fucking horrible. I'm a Dillian Whyte fan, and I was on Twitter at the same time watching that fight, and I'm seeing bare people chat shit. You get me, fam? Like, but I don't think that's the best Dillian Whyte there is, fam. Like, I think Dillian Whyte's a serious boxer, fam, and the way he's improved since the first time he fought Joshua to where he's at now, it's a mad thing, fam. He's competing at world level, fam. You get me? Like, I rate Dillian Whyte highly, bro.
How interesting would it be?
It's going to take Povetkin very seriously as well. I think he'll take Povetkin seriously and knock him out late. That's what I think he'll do. I think we'll knock him out in the later rounds.
What did you make of the face-off in the press conference when Dillian Whyte is laughing in Povetkin's face? You know, I thought that was very amusing at the time.
Yeah, it was funny stuff. That's Dill doing it, bro. Dill's our guy, and he's the people's champion. He ain't been able to fight for no bouts and things like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he's the people's champion, bro. We all feel it for him, and the way things are set up, the way Ruiz and Joshua had the rematch, the way Wilder and Fury have had the rematch, bro. It's impossible for him to get a shot right now. You get me? So I'm rooting for him, man, and I hope he does get his shot sooner or later.
Yeah, it'd be so interesting if Dillian Whyte, say for instance, he picked up a world title, maybe against Fury, all right? Just talking hypothetically.
And then fought AJ at Wembley. And shit, bro.
A rematch.
Are you mad, fam? Blood. It's mad, and it's definitely a different AJ, but it's a way more better Dillian Whyte in comparison to where they was both at when they first fought professionally as boxers. You get me? Like where Dillian's at now, the way he's come forward, fam, he's sick. What's his trainer's name? Bless him.
Mark Tibbs.
Bad, man. The way them two have just come up, fam, I just think them two are fucking serious, fam. That is a serious link up, fam. And like, yeah, man, my heart would be like pulled, fam. Like the strings would be pulled. I don't know who I'd want to win them fights. You get me? I'd have to just literally try my best to watch it as a neutral, fam. Like Tyson versus AJ. Ooh, like who do you want? You get me, fam? Like, you get me? Like Dillian versus AJ. Even now, you get me, fam? Like, ooh, who do you lean towards? Because we're so like connected to these people as fighters. You get me? Like we've been on their side so many times while they've come up, and sometimes they've got to come against each other, man.
You mentioned Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, in the eyes of a lot of people in the forums, they're rating him as the guy at the heavyweight division. But Joshua,
him off as well, fam.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think it resonates with a lot of people's story about coming back from the dark. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you're down and out, you become a champion at the end.
Fam, I promise you, I'm not lying, fam. When Wilder fought Fury the second time, bro, I had like, yo, Fury's gonna smash him. And bro, that was the talk of the town for a hot week or two between me and my brethren, bro. That was the group chat combo, non-stop. You get me? Who's gonna win, bro? And Bear Man was like, he's gonna get knocked out, and he's gonna this. Was like, bro, he's gonna smash my man, fam. Like me, I see it as this. Like Wilder's got 41. Or is it 41 fights or something like that, or 42 fights?
42.
I honestly believe he's fought 2 men now. Do you know what I'm saying, fam? Like Stavern, don't tell me about Stavern, fam. Like, come on, fam. Like, don't tell me Stavern. You know what I'm saying, fam? Don't tell me about Stavern, fam. You get me, brother? That's not a worthy opponent to a lot of these, man. Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury, they're the 2 serious guys that that Wilder's fought. You get me, fam? Like, I didn't see Wilder beating Fury at all, fam. I didn't see that happening.
But Tyson Fury, you mentioned Tyson Fury. Obviously, as I was saying, a lot of people are rating him as the guy right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's gone away from home and beat 2 champions of significant note.
Crazy.
Klitschko, 2015, yeah? Deontay Wilder, yeah? 2020. Does this put him, in Jaykae's opinion, yeah, at top of the tree over AJ, who's got more belts, more world titles?
I think AJ's had a lot. I think AJ's fought a lot better boxers. I think in terms of competition, I think AJ's beat a lot better men. That's me personally. That's what I think. You get me? Like he's fought a lot of sick people, fam. You get me? He's given a lot of people, he's took away a lot of people's O's and things like that as well. You get me? Like, I rate AJ and I've come up watching AJ. You get me, bruv? Like, it's hard to take it away from him. But in terms of boxing, if they fought, fam, how's it gonna go, fam? AJ's either gonna knock him out or Fury's gonna dance around him for 12 rounds and embarrass him and make him look like a fucking shit show. Like, and that's sort of when I was saying about like heartstrings, bro. That's the main one that gets me, bro. Like, I don't know where that goes. And as you're saying it, bro, you can't deny it, fam. Like, AJ wants WBC, bro. AJ wanted that green belt, fam. AJ wanted to dethrone Wilder, fam. So that's why you've got to give it to Tyson Fury right now, because Tyson Fury's come through and done it, fam. That's for me personally. That's why I'll probably give Tyson number 1 right now, fam. Because AJ's got all the belts and things like that, but AJ always wanted that one, fam. And AJ, I always say, bro, I'm saying it now, fam. If AJ fights Deontay Wilder, he's gonna knock him out rapid, fam. First couple rounds, knockout, fam. That's me. That's what I've said it for years as well. That's what I think would happen in that fight, bro. I'm just pissed that fight never got made so easy for AJ. Because AJ could have went and got all the belts, you get me, fam? But now it's even a harder task. Now you got to go and take it off Fury, bro. And Fury's not a dickhead, fam. So, I don't know.
You say that AJ would have knocked out Deontay Wilder. Do you not think it's a case of... do you think sometimes it's a case of that fear factor? Because I remember Mike Tyson in his heyday, when his ring walk, if a man's waiting in the ring for him, they'll be mad scared. So Deontay Wilder kind of had that presence prior to the defeat. Well, prior to the 2 Fury fights. Do you think that fear factor has gone now from Deontay Wilder?
Nah, don't take Wilder. Don't get hit. Don't let Wilder punch you in the face, innit? Don't let him swing at you. Doesn't matter who you are, what man you are on earth, bro. And if he hits AJ, bro, good night, bro. Same way, fam. But I think AJ will walk through him, bro. Honestly, it's about who hits who first in that fight, bro. And I think AJ will come through with that 1, 2. You know what I'm saying, fam? I think AJ would smash him up, bro. No lies. I'm sad that fight hasn't been made yet, because that's something I wanted to see for a very...
What about the whole... obviously, again, we didn't have the opportunity to see Billy Joe Saunders against Canelo Alvarez. Another big fight that was due. I mean, Canelo, that's the biggest star in boxing. Yeah? That's the biggest star in boxing, and he's a hell of a fighter. Billy Joe also as well is for the people that actually study the sport know that he's a hell of a fighter too.
Let me say something. Yeah, Canelo, bro. I think Canelo's the way Canelo's gone up and down and picked his fights very wisely and gone and collected world titles at different weights and things like that. It's very, very, very. What's the word for it? Like, he's just waited. You get me? He's waited for certain things to fall into place, and he's thought, yeah, let me go smash my man up and go get his belt when he's ready to go get smashed up, fam. Because when he's fought, what's his name now? Kovalev, bro. That's an old Kovalev, bro. That's not Kovalev, Boogeyman Kovalev from back in the day, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not really the same guy, fam. Like, even the Kovalev that fought Anthony Yard, it's not the same Kovalev, fam. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, Kovalev was a much serious, different level opponent, bro. That's Andre Ward's guy. You got to see he used to spar. Like, that was his warring partner. You know what I'm saying, fam? So, what's my point again? Well, yeah, I think Canelo's had it. Like, he's picked very easy fights, and I think at middleweight, he's the best, fam. But I wouldn't put it past Billy Joe pulling one off, bro. I wouldn't put. I feel it for like Billy Joe and Tyson Fury as well. I think when they fight more serious opponents is when you see them like shine. That's when that's when the best comes out of them. You get me? And I think Billy Joe Saunders could have pulled something out of the fucking bag, man. And I know everyone's saying like you need to knock out Canelo to get a draw these days. But fucking, but still, fam, I think Billy could have went and done it, fam. But I don't think Canelo wants that fight just yet. I don't think he wants to fight Billy Joe just yet. I think he's gonna wait for Billy Joe. I think he's gonna try and, like I was saying, how he's picked his other opponents, fam. He's gonna wait and he's gonna pick Billy Joe, fam. You get me? And now Billy Joe's sitting out for a minute. He might pick him when he comes back, fam. You get me? As his comeback fight.
You feel like again with Canelo, the strong rumors are that he fights Triple G again. Triple G just turned 38, and it shows signs of.
Man, I don't want to see it, bro. I don't want to see it, fam. I swear, man, I don't want to see it, bro. Like it's like, come on, man. Like what? I don't want to see that fight, bro. I think Canelo saying, yeah, we've got to knock him out this time. Like, yeah, all right, bro. But even if you knock him out, man, like, come on, man. It's not something that I want to see right now. That isn't. Yeah. I don't want to see Canelo Triple G again.
What about Chris Eubank Jr.? He put a tweet out there on Twitter about
what?
smashing the two, Golovkin and Canelo, whatever. Billy Joe Saunders against, Eubank Jr. They fought quite a while back.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that fight as a rematch? Now, I know he's obviously got his license suspended, but...
You see, I don't think Chris Eubank's a world-level fighter, personally. I don't think he is. But, yo, he trains like one, bruv, yeah. He's fit like one, bruv. And what he took against George Groves towards the end of that fight, bruv, yeah, he can take lick, fam. And he can give lick as well, fam. So... that wouldn't be a bad fight to watch, man. Like, I like watching Chris Eubank Jr. fight. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but I like watching him fight, though. Because he gives it, he sucks it. I think Billy Joe beats him again, though. If they fight. Definitely.
Yeah. What else are you looking forward to? Obviously...
that's one that Billy won't let... Billy will not lose that fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? He will never let him have that over him, fam. Billy Joe will not lose that fight if they ever fought again. I think it's more... Eubank Jr. that doesn't want that fight again. I just think he'll just tweet about him for the rest of his life, fam. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think it's just more so that.
Yeah, but do you know what I love though? I love the fights with actual real animosity. You know, the ones where the man don't like each other.
You know which one I've got bored of and like tired of recently, fam? Yeah. It's no fault of their own either. It's just I'm not really interested in it, and they've both kind of gone their separate ways. But Kawiafa and Charlie Edwards, fam, why didn't them two fucking have it, fam? Like, yo, bro, like, come on, man, lads, man. Like, yo, you man's fight at Fly and things like that, fam. Yeah, not the biggest watched weights of the whole of boxing, fam. They haven't got the biggest followings and things like that, fam. But you know when you two don't like each other, and you can have a trilogy depending on how things go in that, fam. Like maybe even like co-main on an AJ undercard. That fight could do that with the right promo and things like that, fam. Like, I don't know why them two didn't jump at that fight, bro.